Play action fakes into the zone. Yes, touchdown.
Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. Trust me, Garrett. We're after a turkey of a 1-3 Thanksgiving week. Daddy drops to 24-28 overall, 46% against the Vegas spread, with my only win coming on a Dallas Cowboys cover, who, with the addition of Quinnen Williams, now alongside Kenny Clark, not only have one of the best pass rushes in the league, but the duo leads an inspired defense that's been playing in honor of late teammate Marshawn Nealand and killing it lately. Going 3-0 after being so shaken by his passing, they've stopped everyone else from doing it. See how I did that? Wow, I sure hope they covered with my pick last night. In the meantime, who cares? That's a great joke. Now, let's try to top that one with these four Geno's picks. My first pick, the Ravens are giving 6 and a hook to the Steelers in Baltimore. The Ravens have had 10 days to think of a loss that was as embarrassing as it was sketchy. But while they've had 10 days to recover from the return of Joe Burrow, the Steelers have had a week of listening to fans call for the exit of Mike Tomlin. And I can't say I blame them, as the guy's had an amazing run. But after 19 seasons, it's time to move on. And it's interesting, I would say it's fitting he's been around so long, on of all teams Pittsburgh, as this is the franchise whose owner, Dan Rooney, invented the rule named after him, the Rooney Rule, which is basically one of the earliest versions of DEI. And like the reputations of the very people DEI was made for, it doesn't work. Yep. Fun fact, before the Rooney Rule, 4.5% of coaches were black. Then with its institution, it grew to a quarter of the coaches in the league. And after only 4 of those 24 head coaches won more than 55% of their games, common sense won out, with the final straw coming in the most racist of all the country, New England, where the Patriots are the best team in the NFL this year under some white guy named Mike Vrabel versus the bottom feeders of the league last year under Jared Mayo. Hey, decide yourself. There are 4 other black coaches in the league, 4.5 if you include Mike McDaniels. And without Tomlin's impressive record, they ain't wowing anyone, which is why this is a crazy, stupid rule. And I'm starting to think it got its name from Rooney's Asian assistant, who, when he suggested it, said, "That is a Rooney rule." It's time to invoke the rule of another famous Pittsburgh athlete, a boxer, who dispatched many a black man and fire him under the Cooney rule. Thanks, Steve. Steve did that. Give me the Ravens and a big bounce back this week. I'll take the Ravens and lay the 5.5. Should we even do the other 3?
That was a long pick.
Shut up. My next pick, not as long. The Packers are laying 6 and up to the Bears in Green Bay. This will be fast, baby. This line is begging you to take the Bears, and for good reason, because Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have been all anyone is talking about of late. And for good reason, as after an 0-2 start, they've won 9 of their last 10 of 5 straight. Yeah, over the Bengals, Vikings, Giants, Steelers, and Eagles. All teams in decline. But while that was going on, no one's been paying attention to the Packers, who haven't been too shabby either, winning 6 of their last 8. And it's why you don't realize Love is better than Williams in every category, completing 67% of his passes to his 58, and with 2 fewer picks and 2 more passing TDs. In fact, I bet you know Caleb went to USC, but I have no idea where Love went. Utah State. Don't feel too bad. The only thing the Beehive State is known for anymore is it's where someone put a bee in Charlie Kirk's bonnet. In fact, at this point, they should change the slogan on the license plate from the Beehive State to the same thing I'm going to say to anyone who takes the Bears this week. Sorry, Charlie. Take the Packers and lay the 6.5. Why aren't you two laughing? My next pick. The Texans are getting 3 and a hook from the Chiefs in KC. Wow. Something tells me that hook is going to be far more useful than any of the hooks you've used hanging lights this Christmas, as the 6-6 Chiefs have struggled all season. Hey, in their defense, they've been missing help this season from the biggest chief of all, the chief of officiating. The officials who in the past always found a holding call on the opposing team whenever things to get a bit dicey, they've all but vanished. And as a result, Chiefs cannot seem to get their defense off the field on third downs any more than their offense can convert on them. Well, it ain't going to get any better against the DeMeco Ryans defense that will come at them with a ton of schemes that will keep Pat Mahomes off balance. And this is why I love the Texans to cover. The only reason I'm not flat out calling for Houston to win is the fact that any white man Andy Reid's age has seen every scheme a black guy can throw at him. Texans cover. That guy in there isn't as funny. Give me the Texans and the 3 and a hook I'm getting. Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. The Chargers are getting 2 and a hook from the Eagles at SoFi. In case you're wondering why the Eagles have been struggling on offense, look no further than offensive tackle Lane Johnson. 35-year-old has missed the last 2 games after suffering a Liz Frank sprain against the Lions. And without him, Jalen Hurts' passer rating drops under 70, and Saquon Barkley runs like he's over 70. Boom. Look for the Chargers defense to step up in this one behind guys you may never have heard of, like number 45, Tui Tuipulotu. That's right. Who is nothing to sneeze at with 10 sacks already this season. And Tarheeb Steele, whose first name is spelled Still, but after saying the second syllable of his name, your reflex is to say Steele. Well, good luck trying to include his middle name, Skilled, and not say Tarheeb's killed Charlie Kirk. There's more, but I don't care. I'm taking the Chargers because I have to. And the 2.85 I put in the teleprompter that they're getting. That's going to be a big 0.3. Those are Geno's picks. We'll see you on the football show.
Oh, no, it wasn't recording.
I don't care. I'll do it again and laugh
It
hard.
was recording.
Tarheeb Steele. Take 2. The timing is impeccable and my light's not on. But allow me to have my boy Max Loads distract you. Where the fuck? Oh, I don't have my glasses on either. It's so funny. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Loads, distract them while I turn on the light and tell them hello, everyone.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Hopefully all the audio's on now, smart owls. As you can see, I'm inside today. A little too cold in the garage. So we have the Peanuts backdrop. We can change that if you like. How's everybody doing? I don't know, how hard it is for Gene to get the show started correctly. Are we all excited about, them supposedly catching the bomber? EK, bring the ladder inside. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe I should I could do that. I'd be crazy. I have a picture of me on the ladder actually putting up the Christmas lights so people could see, yes, I used the ladder. Uh-oh, my browser lost connection. Why is that? How'd that happen?
It's a giant talking Pete. Pete, trust me. I wanted to talk to the Pete. The guy's a goddamn professional. What'd you do?
I got it. Relax. This camera.
Mayday. Peter, let me tell you, this is better than and funnier than anything we're going to do. Actually, that's
oh, my God. It wasn't that. I don't know.
Open up, big brother.
I don't know what happened there. Gene's technical bug problems are apparently catching. It's like a virus.
He reminded us of technical bug.
I agree with you. Why did it take 5 years to catch him? Obviously, the Biden administration wasn't looking. I mean, from what they're saying, I'm sorry, Gene, we're off and running here with the bomber.
I'm just sitting and enjoying it. I love it, Pete. Go on.
What's amazing, and the chat can help. From what I've heard, basically what they said yesterday at the big meeting at the press conference was there was no new information. They didn't do any new investigating. They just opened up the file and looked at it and went and arrested this guy. And from what I'm hearing today, is my mic bad, AA Ron? From what I'm hearing,
fine. Go on, Pete.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing today, they had all this information on the guy, and basically they have him going to different Home Depots and Walmarts in Virginia near his house, buying all the pieces that were in the pipe bombs. Like they got him buying 12 ends of pipe, buying the actual pipe, buying the electrical pipe, buying the kitchen timers at Walmart. And he did almost all the transactions on his credit card. So it is a good question how it
Wait, you've got to be kidding me. I'm going to interrupt you now. Don't lose your train.
No.
So they have all this stuff, and I believe what you said when they're like, well, they just weren't looking for him because it's ridiculous. And I heard Kash Patel say there were millions of pieces of evidence. But here's what I wonder. Ooh, they left this here. Here's what I wonder, Pete. What about the rumor? So this makes me think that I can't even believe a lot of other things that I believe already, because I was close to convinced, although there was a lot, well, not close, but I really put a lot of weight on that it was that chick from the Capitol Police that matched the walking and all that stuff. And it makes me think, it makes me not, it makes me, ooh, wrong lighting. Hold on, let me fix this. No wonder. Hold on. It makes me feel helpless in a way, Loads, because it's like, what are we fucking doing with these fucking people? You know, that fucking, you know, like, well, the people that had all the information, the Dems and Biden, didn't do shit. And then these other people are like, nah, this is who it is, because they just want to fucking, they want to be tricking us. You know, does that make sense? Go on.
So to answer the questions that have come up in the chat and maybe help Gene.
Thank you.
So on January 6th, 2020, when they were counting the votes.
What happened?
For Biden.
What happened?
There were 2 pipe bombs planted, and they talked about it for the last 4 years, and they never found the person who planted them. One was outside the DNC, one was outside the RNC, and at the time, Kamala Harris, the vice president-elect, was in the DNC, and there was no big deal made. They didn't run any, oh my God, we got to evacuate everything. So it was always very questionable. So yesterday, they reported that they caught the person who planted those bombs. I'm sorry, on January 6th, 2021. Forgive me, the 2020 election. They said they caught the guy. Again, I'll say this: until it's rock solid in court conviction, it's just a guy. You know what I mean? But like I said, what they found was they didn't have to do any new investigating. They said they just basically opened the file and they had all the information of this guy purchasing all the pipe bomb materials at different locations near his home in Northern Virginia. A couple Home Depots, a Walmart. And I just read, so he's 30 now. So he was like 25, 26 when he did this. And I just read that his father, one of his father's companies, I don't know if he has multiple, he was a bail bondsman that helped illegal immigrants. And there was some case that went on back then that he might have been doing shady stuff with illegal immigrants. So who knows? I'm with Gene as far as the fact, look, man, until this is nailed down and this is a guy and it's a conviction, then he's just a suspect. But they do have a lot of very damning evidence. Like if you were looking to convict somebody, this would be the stuff you'd want to convict them. And goofy Senator Mark Warner, goofy Senator Mark wears plumbing materials freely and unsurveilled. Well, they weren't surveilling him. They're surveilling all of us, actually, I guess, because they had the parts of the bomb, and apparently what they were able to do was do a search for all these different pieces that made up the bomb, and it came back with where they had been purchased, I guess, within a reasonable time of the attack when they were planted. And this guy had all this matching stuff that matched the parts of the bomb to somebody who could have planted it. Yes, Trayvon Martin's lawyer were hired by his dad. Part of it is that Benjamin Crumb, he represented Trayvon Martin, and he represented this Cole Sr.'s father. And you know what else he represented, if I'm not mistaken? The one and only George Floyd. Benjamin Crumb or Crump or whatever his name is. Oh, you'd recognize him if you saw him.
So wait, he's representing him now? So
what?
He's representing him now, or he's going to represented those shady characters? The guy that's representing him. Go on.
No. It is just another point that this, Crump guy, he represented in the past George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, and this guy's father. I don't know if he's representing this guy now. I don't know. You got to open the ears a little bit.
Well, I was, again, I'm over here trying to produce as well, and you're the star. And as long as you're answering questions from the chat, I fucking dig you, dog.
Oh, yes,
I don't mind. Look, haven't eaten in 4.5 days. Cranky. I get Pete. I get. So again, I mean, how long have you? You're snapping at me. Why are you so mad, Pete? Pete, why are you so mad? He laughs like that. I mean, if you want to see Peter mad, well, here you go. Here you go. Shout out to Curtis John. Max loads it up at the golf course. So wait, was I mad last night, or is this? Or is?
There's no sound. No sound.
How is there no fucking around already. God damn it. Hold on, Pete, talk to me.
Okay, one, I am a Peanuts fan. Maybe not as big a fan as Gina, my wife, but I'm definitely a Peanuts fan. And if I had to pick my favorite band, obviously it was Springsteen, the E Street Band, but things have gone awry there. I like ELO. I like ELO quite a bit. And I'm trying to think, like, I like Springsteen, Billy Joel, John Cougar, like those guys. They don't really have so much a band, so to speak, I guess. But as far as bands, I like the who don't like Poison. That's crazy, not to like Poison. You know, the little Bon Jovi, everything from the 80s. Yes, Maxine's a big fan of the Peanuts. I don't.
Wait,
There
you
you
said
go.
Maxine's I know she is. Oh, wait, you said a big fan of the Peanuts?
The characters behind me, Gene.
Oh, yeah, well, you get very animated as well. Let's see if it works this time. Jesus Christ. And I don't even know if you were just on the screen. I don't, good Lord.
No, you had it. You got it right that time.
I don't know that. I want to believe you. All right, so let's see who was angrier. This is, as you can see, this is actual footage of Peter. Actual footage. I mean, here we go. Curtis John follows you around. Amazing, man. Look, if you're not sure if this is really Pete, what does it say on the shirt? What does it say, Pete?
I can't see so good. What does it say? I can't see it.
It says Max Loads.
Oh,
Peter,
okay.
Peter, it says Max Loads.
I see now. Yes, it does.
And so let's just see if it matches up.
Fuck, hey Pedro, where did you learn to cut grass? The desert? Hey Consuela, get Big Daddy a mint julep pronto. Why don't you take that top off too? Excuse me, sir, you can find the Popeye's chicken downtown. This is a golf course.
I have to pause it because I don't even know what's next, and this is the first time I'm watching it. Look, Maxine loves peanuts.
Oh my God!
Okay. If you don't mind, I want to watch that part again. As our mother would say, let's do that again, Pete. Ready?
Oh my God!
So this is you happening upon what do you call him, colored fella? Oh, it's a Brazil nut. Let's see, Pete.
Excuse me, sir, you can find the Popeye's chicken downtown. This is a golf course. You seem threatening. I can't breathe, nigga. What's this guy dying of? The COVID vaccine? You people should know better. Fuck.
Oh
I mean,
my God!
Peter, look, Peter, I'm willing to admit that was me. I'm willing to admit that was me.
Oh my God!
Let me explain. Peter's getting a little older. He's sharp as a tack. That's why people love him every Friday. But he seemed to just confuse that gentleman golfing with someone that was looking for a Popeye's chicken. Is that correct, Peter?
Oh my! Who let that Jackson on the course? What goes on? Oh
God! Oh, and by the way, I got to get the other super chats. That I just couldn't wait to get that one. Hold on.
Oh my
Shout out
God!
to J-Mac Cherry in the house. Thank you, J-Mac. J-Mac says, 2 Brian Cole stole my 6-inch pipe sections and roofing nails. There you go. There you go. That's the good stuff. And I think there you go. Was there one more? No, I guess. Do we have one more? I thought I missed one more. Okay, we're all caught up. Fantastic.
So that is just crazy that it took that long to catch him, and it just tells you they weren't looking. And Senator Mark Warner from Virginia, Democrat, he's like he criticized the current administration, the FBI, because they fired so many people. He's like, well, it might not have taken them so long to figure this out if they didn't fire all these people. I'm like, it took them 10 months. Your Democratic people had 4 years and you couldn't figure it out. And you had the information right there. So what this tells me is they're firing the right people from the FBI. That's what I feel like.
I envy you in a way, Peter, because you I'm not saying you completely believe them, but you follow along closely enough that you're like this. Like it's always connect the dots. They're in a straight line, and you see the straight line in that. Like, because you hear, oh, well, what's his name? Kash Patel just fired all the freaking people in Utah before Charlie Kirk. Oh my God, Pete. How great was the line? They're only famous for putting the Beehive State for putting a bee in Charlie Kirk's bonnet, Pete.
I was going to say something, and then the sorry Charlie. What is wrong with you?
Peter, let me tell you something. Not only is the sorry Charlie brilliant, let me tell you.
Brilliant, you say.
Peter, let me explain something about the in-out water guy. I'm sorry, Pete. I'm sorry, people. We might have to fucking watch it again because like I'll say it for the 9 billionth and not last time. The in hot water guy, like I'll rush it to him, and I'll rush it. I will, I'll get it Thursday night, and I'll send the pictures I know work. But now I look for pictures of his I like. Okay, and let me tell you, Pete. Let's take a look at this again, so I can give the props that belong to the fucking where'd we go? So I can give the props to belong, because look at this. Let me explain this, because I love it. You ready? All right, we're on. I'll unmute it.
Asian assistant, who when he suggested it said, that is a Daniels. And without Tomlin's impressive record.
Okay, right here. So this is hilarious, because I say the 4 coaches. And by the way, what a statement about DEI. Like, you saw the graph, right, Pete?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look. Then they instituted a rule, 3 guys. Then they had 7 guys. They won 27% of their games. I didn't put the graph up, but if you look, only 4. There were 2 other guys that won, like, that coached like not even 100 games and were 2 games over 500. 4 of them were over 55%. Okay, so here we go. Watch.
This one out with the final straw coming in the most racist of all the.
By the way, thank you. I can't remember who, but that's the Christmas ornament that I lost in one of the moves, bitched about, that we always had up, Pete. The fa-la-la-la-la with all the wood stocks.
Yes.
Here we go.
Country, New England, where the Patriots are the best team in the NFL this year.
Yeah, and by the way, blew it out of the water. I like New England. Peter, they have the best record in football right now.
Yes.
A year ago, Peter, a year ago, and I'll say they have a slightly easier schedule. A year ago, under Gerard Mayo. Well, let's see.
You're under some white guy named Mike Vrabel versus the bottom feeders of the league last year under Jared Mayo. Hey, decide for yourself. There are 4 other black coaches in the league. 4.5 if you include Mike McDaniel.
Did you know that Mike McDaniel's half black?
Yes, and let me tell you how I knew. Because
Please,
the San
Peter,
Francisco,
and then we'll get to the thing.
the San Francisco 49ers got a draft pick because he worked for them and he moved up when he went to the Dolphins. So the 49ers got a draft pick for having a person of color move up from their team.
They should only get a half a pick.
Yeah, and Mongo's like, I didn't know he was black. I'm like, he's black, man.
By the way, I want Maxine, she put Solway Charlie. I want you to not watch the next, but watch. Okay, so I put that.
And without Tomlin's impressive record, they ain't wowing anyone, which is why this is a crazy, stupid rule. And I'm starting to think it got its name from Rooney's Asian assistant, who, when he suggested it, said, that is a
my
Rooney
God, hold
rule.
on, it's not up. I'm sorry, I thought I brought it up. Hold on.
In the league, 4.5 if you include Mike. Without Tomlin's impressive record, they ain't wowing anyone, which is why this is a crazy, stupid rule. And I'm starting to think it got its name from Rooney's Asian assistant, who, when he suggested it, said, that is a Rooney rule.
Did he add that for you?
I'm going to tell you something. Peter, how great is that picture?
Fantastic.
No, Peter, ask me how I thought to use it.
How'd you think to use it?
I didn't. I'm like, I'm not going to put a picture there because I can't, because my brain's like, I don't want to put an Asian guy. It'll take away from the joke. Peter, I'd love to say that I'm the in on water and go like, just put an exaggerated cartoon of a gook. The only picture that would have been better is the classic time photo of the guy getting his head blown off in Vietnam.
Oh my God.
Peter, that's the in-hot water guy. He's brilliant, and he's the one who dangled. Like, I thought of it, but I'm like, I was kind of rushing. I'm like, I don't know if it'll work.
Sorry, Charlie.
He put that there because
Peter, I did. No, this is me. This is me taking credit, even though I did nothing. Like when I had Rick Monroe on, you were watching. I was singing his praises, and he's like, "Oh, you're making my happy." I'm like, I'm patting myself on the back. You know what I mean? Because like when I listen to your music, I'm like, I'm not doing you a favor saying, "Well, I gotta listen to Rick's music."
Are we supposed to put his song on today?
Yeah, we're going to. I already retweeted it. It's in the show prep. But of course, the In-Out Water guy came up with that one too. Oh, well, let's do one more because the In-Out Water guy, he's brilliant. Rich Osborne, he doesn't care. He like the like I sent it to him after the show. I'm like, if you get to it tonight, great. If not, don't worry. And he just writes back, Tar Heap Steel. And look, I like it's so edgy. You missed the cute jokes. This is a cute joke. Watch.
Frank sprain
against
I've
the
heard
Lions.
it.
And without him, Jalen Hurts' passer rating drops under 70, and Saquon Barkley runs like he's over 70.
No, that's Pete. That's my TV stuff. Pete, that's my TV stuff.
There you
You're like,
go.
right, but now, Pete, here's the thing. You're like, that's cute.
Boom.
This
Look
is
for the
funny.
Chargers defense to step up in this one behind guys you may never have heard of, like number 45, Tui Tuipulotu. That's
I
right.
love him.
Who is nothing to sneeze at with 10 sacks already this season, and Tarheeb Steele, whose first name is spelled Still, but after saying the second syllable of his name, your reflex is to say Steele.
See, Pete, it's hard to say Heeb and then say still right after it.
We get it. Everybody got it. Everybody got it, Gene. You're not landing a plane there.
We're not fixing airplane brakes. And let me tell you something else. Like Thursdays, like I love like it's a lot. But my wife's just saying, she fucking works the whole day with Garrett and Steve, who she loves. If you watched Garrett and Steve yesterday, she was laughing as hard as anyone. But I love, like, it's a guilty pleasure. I love it. They're like, I hope you don't mind. Like, you see me, I'm talking to everyone in this. Like, it's like a studio again. There's Garrett, Steve. Steve gave me the Cooney joke. He's like, you should say they should fire him with the Cooney rule. I'm like, let me find a way to make that work. But oh my God, when I sent the In-Out Water guy the fucking video, I'm like, get to it whenever. He just writes back, Heeb.
Oh,
Well, good luck trying to include his middle name, Skilled, and not say Tarheeb's killed Charlie Kirk.
Now, when I showed that picture, I'm doing the thing and I find the picture, I show it to Garrett, and you know Garrett. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I'm losing my, he's like, oh yeah, I see. That makes you very happy. Pete, it was just, and Keanu at the end, I didn't record it.
Football show.
oh no, it wasn't recording.
I heard her say that.
I don't care. I'll do it again and laugh
It
harder.
was recording.
Far
He's making more work for herself because when she at the beginning goes, that was a long pick. Shut up. I mean, I'll keep throwing work at her. It was so fucking good, you know? And I loved that the In-Out Water guy left the banter at the end. He knows. So anyway, there's your politics. I'm kidding. But that's the best one yet. Go on.
Watch it. Maybe I didn't pay. Did you pick the Chargers?
I love this pick because I said I'll take the Chargers because I have to. Okay, I have to. I'm never, because you can't win. Like whenever I pick for them or against them angrily, you know, I'm fucked. So it's like I'm picking them. Like the jokes. Hey, the jokes fucking picked the Chargers there. Like it's not those. Let me tell you something. Those jokes were not contrived. I'll say it again. When Seattle was on their Super Bowl run, I made sure I never put my best joke in the Seattle pick. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Ask Bamba. Ask my boy. Ask Harry Hance. It's like I'll tell jokes now, and he'll lose his mind. He's like, that ain't gonna cover because the best jokes are dead. Dead.
Oh my God.
I agree, gay bitches. God. By the way, I'm playing gay bitches. Gay bitches. You can do whatever you want against me because in order to make the playoffs, I have to win. But I think I have to score 1 billion points.
What's your record? 7-6?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. I
Why?
lost by 2 points last week, because for the first time all year, Keon Coleman scored, and I specifically went and got Gabe, not Gabe Itches. He would have done better for me. Gabe, whoever, for the friggin' Bills to replace him. Gabe, what's his name?
Gabe Davis. He's back on the Bills.
Yeah. He didn't, and Keon Coleman scores were out of one. Again, thank you, Curtis John, for the
By the way, Gabe Bitches, credit solely to my wife because we had Frankie say all those names. And one time Keanu's like, oh, and she said it like obviously we'd heard it. She goes, tell him gay bitches. Like we're like, and we're looking at her like she found gold. We're like, gay bitches.
Oh my God. So,
did you see Frankie last night, Pete? What he likes?
I did see it, but I was in and out. What?
Hold on, because the In-Out Water guy, he's I don't know. I gotta send him something for Christmas. I mean, he was paid handsomely when we were at Compound Media, and like after a while, I was like, you don't have to pay. I'm like, all right, we'll make it work again. But this guy, he hasn't broken stride. Let's take a peek at this. It's
Say you love
and I love the
my
Keanu.
quiet. Oh Jesus!
Oh yes, I did see this. Yes, I did.
All big sloppy fat titty black women that I really want to rub and hug loves you. Can you please say you love all big, sloppy, fat, titty black women that I really want to rub and hug.
I love all big, sloppy, fat, titty black women. I really want to rub and hug.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That is what
Hey,
you
Max, Gary
call.
says, Frankie, what's in a
Oh,
what's
I
in a
didn't realize
Mary
he added
Brown's
this. I got to hear
chicken
this.
batter's box? And
He sings this.
It has 6 pieces of signature fried
gravy.
chicken and some medium-sized taters and medium-sized gravy and
I love him.
2 deep biscuits.
Thank you, J-Mac Carey.
He is a international treasure. Am I wrong, Loads?
No, and speaking of international, I don't know if you saw, but
Probably not.
they had the draw. Trump made the draws for the World Cup today.
No, I did not see that.
Yes, I was driving home. I didn't see it live. I saw a clip of it. So now they know. Everybody knows. And I think in the first round on June 12th, the U.S. starts with either Paraguay or Uruguay. One of the Guays. You know, either way, they need to win.
There's a country called You Are a Gay.
I am hoping, and Trump has threatened apparently that if your city becomes a shithole and it's a World Cup city, he's moving it. He's not going to let it go into one of these.
Does he really?
That's what he said, and
let me tell you what I make of that, and I'm asking, not telling. He's not going to. He won't, unless he won't. But he loves freaking them the fuck out. You know what it would take to do that? You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. It's a major catastrophe that even they can. But it's immediate. He shit on them. He shit on them now. Doesn't matter. Like everyone that fucking sees these cities, you know, that's already seen what they are. You know, like there's a clip of the Chicago mayor that when he's like, hey, there was a tree lighting and 17 black kids were running around shooting. And he's like, why do you make it racist? Oh, you want him to just say, what? Look, it's too soon. It's too soon to talk like that, I would say to him. That's what I would say. And then when I'm like, what? It's a joke. But I mean, they try and control your words and all that stuff. And they don't do anything. But Donald Trump uses words correctly, properly, and cuts you to the hilt. Is that the right? Why can't I think of the phrase? Cuts you to the core. But there's another one. At any rate, the second he says, look, if one of these shithole cities fucking gets worse, I'm taking the World Cup. And the minute the cities bitch about it, they're like, hey, we're a shithole city and you can't do that. And when they go, you can't do that, it's like, because you're a shithole city? That's why I love it. Am I wrong, Pete?
No, it's great. It's tremendous. People get so upset about it. Like, why? If your city's not a shithole, you got nothing to worry about.
What are you fucking worried about?
Right, you're a bunch of animal, you're in good shape. You're in good shape. By the way, for the people.
No, by the way, interrupting you right now. Hold that thought, because we have the best chat in the world, fucking smart ass Al's.
Yeah,
Hold on.
what is this?
It's what I just said. He sent it. Look, let me know if you can hear it. It's like The Simpsons. Look at this country.
There it is. Australia. I'll be damned. Look at this country. You are gay.
Smart ass Al's. What were you saying? I'm sorry, Pete. You're used to me. I mean, what can you say about that? Yeah, buddy.
Curtis John, I am ready for the second South Park of the day. I can't even imagine. What is going on.
Oh, Pete, I'm going to tell you, he sent me a picture. And he's like, are you afraid to listen to your YouTube channel? I'm like, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Do you have it?
But no, hey, the guy's a master. He'll send it when it's time.
Okay, I didn't know. I know he said.
He might be banging his trainee girlfriend that works at the Wendy's drive-thru. Let him be. He's a busy fucking man. He doesn't have time for your silliness. So what were you saying then? You're talking about Trump. You're talking about fucking the cities, the shitholes. I got some shit I want to weigh into, but what were you saying? I'm sorry, Loads.
Oh no, I got a whole list. I was going to say the ship bombings. I'm all good with that. The narco terrorists.
Oh, let's talk about the. Actually, before we get to Narco, okay, let's
Sure.
just touch upon the retard, Peter. Okay.
Oh yeah, I had retard on there.
Because right, like it's me. You CC'd the retard. But the clip that everyone's seeing is again, and watch this. I'll pretend we segued because we did. It's they think they're so clever with their words that when you use the simplest, most concise words. Let me give you a concise, simple word, emphasis on simple, to describe. Oh, my light fell. Everything's fine. To describe Tim Walz, it would be retard. Am I wrong, Peter?
No.
He goes online, right? Hold on, I'll put my light back up. Sorry, hold on. So he goes online. By the way, I'm just wearing boxers. I was like, I wonder if my boxers got that shot. I wouldn't do that to you people. So he goes not online. He's at a press conference, and he's like, well. It's, you know what it is? It's always the quiet part out loud with these guys. He goes on the press conference like, when you call me the R word, and he says the R word because
I know.
Because he's the C word, a coward, not a cunt. And he's like, you're encouraging violence. You're encouraging violence.
That's
the guy that not watch. We'll segue to the next one because I'm getting better under the tutelage of LOADZZZ. And when you do that, it's like, well, when you call Trump Hitler and he gets shot at not once, not twice, but twice. Or
right.
when you now, instead of calling him Hitler, what do you accuse him of, big brother? War crimes.
Right. War crimes. Yes.
That's the boat thing. So obviously, you are saying the quiet part loud. You just spent the past 4 years trying to win an election by having no platform other than the other guy's Hitler and he's not. And now, and when you don't realize you lost that way, and when you when you're stupid, or should I say stupid like a fox, and you're fucking funding your retirement by fucking giving money to Somalis and bilking some of it, when you're doing that and you think we don't know, you are a retard. Your thoughts, big brother?
No, it's clearly obvious.
I get it, Maxine. I get it. Thanks for inviting me, hon. Men alive.
I agree. It's pathetic what they're doing, and the fact that he calls it the R word is totally ridiculous. And I think I was watching something on Newsmax, and they asked somebody, how do you feel about him saying the R word? And the guy goes, well, there's only one thing to say about that. He's a retard. Because everybody knows. Like, it's ridiculous. He is there. By the way, since you brought him into it, not only is there something wrong with him, and I think Trump is correct on that, he was involved in all the money going to Somalis. Illegal money going to the Somalis.
Yeah, and we'll get to the boat thing, but that's the war crime stuff. But can you explain that to me? Because my understanding is simply that he gave millions upon millions of the money that was sent in for something to Somalis, and of course he acts like, well, literally the other guy, Frey, is like, I love Somalian people when Trump called them murderous pieces of shit, but he has to because he needs them to vote for him. But now I'm doing two topics at once. Explain to me what he did with this money and the Somalis.
I don't even know. Apparently, I believe it was COVID money that was going to Minnesota or Minneapolis, and it all went to these Somali organizations, whether it's a Somali NGO or Somali businesses, whatever. All the money went to them. And the guy you're talking about is Fry, the mayor of the Twin Cities there, who said, oh, they're good citizens. We're not going to go after the Somalis here. We're not going to have some guy dropping his kid off at school and then arrest them. Like, get the hell out of here. And now Ilhan Omar apparently is involved with it. She's involved with the money that went to these people. It's just, again, it's silly. It's silly we even have to talk about it. And it went on under Biden and the Democrats. Everybody knows they're dirty and doesn't want to admit it. And let's face it, in the UTA party, I'm sure there's some Republicans who are doing the same thing. You know what I mean? But if they are, it's not coming out like this. And I feel like if the Republicans are scamming the system, they're scamming it for regular Americans, not for people who don't belong here. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it's disgraceful that in this country, you have people who are like, yeah.
If I may, smartass, he's on fire. Yeah. Go on, Pete.
By the way, since he said that, I don't know if you were paying attention to Trump's ninth cabinet meeting that's been on TV, and Bessent told some asshole from the New York Times, this is the ninth time Trump has had a cabinet meeting televised. Biden had 10 cabinet meetings during his whole administration. That's why they didn't use the 25th Amendment. They never saw the friggin' senile old F. But at any rate, at that meeting,
And
Trump
none of those
said,
were televised, I'm guessing, right, Pete? Or did I just not pay
I
attention?
don't know if Biden televised any of them. I don't remember seeing them on.
I don't think he could have. You know what went on in those? Or you can only imagine what went on in those.
Well, one of the things Trump said in that meeting is you might not be paying income taxes much longer. Do you hear what I said? He said to the American people, you might not be paying federal income tax much longer because of the money they're taking in on tariffs. He said that out loud.
We're supposed to be paying that, Peter?
Well, some people, it just comes right out of their check. I don't know what your 1099 looks like.
Show me the 1099s. I'll tell you. Shout out two quickies. We have one from our boy Gabe Itches. Hey, Pete, I prefer chicken, but I want to know, did your wife eat any hog on Thanksgiving? She had the mule, but said it was a little tough. Am I right, Pete?
Oh, my God. It's just old meat. What are you going to do?
And, here you go. I had to watch this first. I'm going to take a chance here. Pink crank blanket football time, Pete. Let's take a peek. Let me know if there's sound, Pete. Do you see it?
Oh, shit.
Let's take a peek. It says pink crank blanket. Let's take a peek. Here we go.
Thanks for having me over for football, big brother. Anything for my little broski. My Waterbirds are kicking ass this year with Darnold. Stupid Chargers stink. 3 of them died from the COVID vaccine. You need to relax, little broski. You need some pink blanket therapy. You want it like a blender or like an antique water well hand crank? Or like a margarita from Applebee's? Pete, you're the best big brother ever.
Your balls were in there, Pete. Pete, your cartoon balls were showing. By the way, again, how did he get them? Maxine, they're so lifelike. I mean, let's watch the rest. Joey Pete.
I know, little broski. Oh shit, Maxine is home. I gotta put the pink crank blanket back into the safe. That bitch is always ruining our fun. That bitch is gonna accidentally fall down a flight of stairs one day, Loads. Now, Gene. She's the mother of my children.
There's my boys. I got you some pizza and soda. Are you boys enjoying your football game? Okay, boys. I'll leave you guys to have fun.
Thanks, sugar tits.
Maxine, I didn't know. I never heard him call you sugar tits once at Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
He has some real names. I lost the page. I wonder if people wagered. Do you think he'll get monetized? I should be monetized. It's so bizarre. When I got my YouTube page back, I'm like, actually, it had already been the whatchamacallit, the Max Loads page, Gary Biscayne. It was able to be monetized for a month, but I'm like, I couldn't, because of my. So then I'm like, well, let me monetize this. And I got monetized, and the same day, it's like, no, you're monetized. You just have to do the whatever, click on the clicks to get monetized back on Geno Biscayne. That was a month ago. It's like step 1 done, step 2 done, step 3. It takes about a month. It's been over a month, probably because I have to go over all my videos. I guess we'll just put this one. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, Curtis John.
Curtis John.
Curtis is right there. What does monetize even mean? What does that mean now?
That means that you monetize means you can get super chats, means you get paid for ads on your page.
Are they putting ads on that page? Are they putting ads there for old St. Bernards and stuff? Balls hanging down. Like, that is unbelievable.
Frank callback. I like that. Curtis John does rules. So anyway, let's go back to the Walz. They're calling him the red flag. I'm going to show you the video. It's so good optics, but it's such bullshit. We'll get to it. I'll write it down. Rogan clip done. So yeah, they're like, well, these are war crimes. And now that story was, I'll say it, Pete, complete pun intended, blown out of the water. Am I correct, Peter?
You're right. Yeah. By as a matter of fact, by your mainstream news, Martha Raddatz, that miserable woman, she reported that basically they had blown up the boat.
Is she on Fox?
No, Martha Raddatz, I believe. I did check the rules on cartoon. Cartoon balls are okay. No, she's on. I think she's on ABC.
And
And
I'm going to put you on with that. There you go. What's that, Pete? Just talk.
okay, this is fantastic. Again, something I never thought I'd see.
Pete, kind of what I expected. Kind of what I expected the whole time, Pete. Not going to lie to you, brother.
I was just going to say, Martha Raddatz reported that basically they shot the boat, and I guess guys got off the boat. I don't know how anything was left of the boat, but apparently they were crawling back on.
Yeah,
their communication device.
I heard they were back. I heard they were back on the boat. I have a clip on
and they just shot it again. And that's what you should do. And I was listening to some, have these generals on all over the place. And the one general said, like, if the mission is destroy the boat and everyone on it, that's the mission. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how many times, this is what the guy said, if that's the mission, that's the mission. And that's allowed to be the mission. They're bad guys. And here's what I will never understand. If some guy just goes to the mall and shoots 2,500 people, everybody's like, yeah, that person should be dead. That's horrible. But if you bring something into the country that everybody's telling me kills 2,500 people, well, what are you going to do? You got to be kidding me. They're like, it's the same thing. Why wouldn't you kill them?
Yeah.
It's silly. And they're
Here's
enemies of that.
Here's the video I saw, Pete. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying, Loads? I apologize.
No, Joey Dago. I agree. I don't know what people. They all understand, Joey. They just don't want to. They all get it, but they want to have something to complain about because Trump actually taking action. Like I told Gene, like nobody wants the answer because once you have the answer, the problem's solved, and you got nothing else to complain about or try and base a living on.
Yeah,
because that would happen in different things in my previous term of employment. Right? Why don't we just do this? Well, then this, and that could happen. I'm like, all right, that was the answer. You don't want it. We won't do it. And I'm not coming. Like, what do I do? Come up with something else? You're just going to keep saying that. So that's why I believe Joey Dago. And what is this? Push-ups. He's been saying that forever. He simultaneously is going to get income tax.
He's been saying that forever, Pete. He simultaneously
I got it.
He's going to get rid of the income tax, yet won't reform Social Security and Medicare, which didn't exist until 1884. You were there, Loads, or whatever he keeps talking.
So here's what I'm hearing. From Trump, he's right. I'm hearing he wants to get rid of those things. Like I said, from the guy in the X-22 report, Dave, he seems to believe that Trump is looking to force or make the Federal Reserve become part of the Department of the Treasury. Get rid of the Federal Reserve. And yes, whoever said in there, I want him to use the tariffs to pay off the debt, that is what I believe I'm hearing. Some of the things I'm hearing, that's part of the plan. He's going to use the tariff money to pay off the debt, because once you pay off the debt, you can then eliminate the power of the Federal Reserve over everybody. You know what I mean? So once you pay off the debt, and then you just keep using this money from tariffs to run the government, again, if it's enough, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. What's the name was saying that in Florida, right? It's like you don't buy a TV at a store and then every year get taxed on it. It's like, why does that happen with your property?
Right. And here's the thing. I love how these states in the Northeast are so arrogant. And it came out during that disease of which we will not speak. But the way New York handled it versus the way Florida handled it, they both have similar numbers in the population. And Florida probably has more older people in New York at this point because so many people retire there. And Florida handled it so much better, just objectively better. And Florida has no state income tax. I guess they charge on everything else. Why wouldn't a state like New Jersey say, how's Florida do it with no state income tax? What do they do that they can run this state with no state income tax? And maybe we should look at doing that.
Delaware did it. I got spoiled. I lived there for the longest time. They still do. A lot of states do. Same
thing with Tennessee. Texas, no state income tax. Everybody wants to go there. Instead of New Jersey and New York saying, or California saying, wow, how do they do that? Maybe we should figure out a way to do that and keep our people here, make a better standard of living. Like those hillbillies in Hicks, their schools suck. Nobody wants to be there. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me. It's just ridiculous that they're that arrogant. And by the way, Mississippi moved up to the teens in education from the high 40s, like 49. They're now, I believe, 16 or 17. Yeah. Didn't
Well,
exist.
how do you think they did? How are you saying they did that, Pete?
Push-ups, maybe he is going to reform entitlements. I believe, here's what I'll say. I believe he is trying to reform entitlements, at least by getting people who shouldn't be getting them off those entitlements. And people are bitching about that. You know what I mean? That's the big complaint. Everything costs more to cover the low taxes. Right. Maybe it does in Texas.
Look at Push-Ups bringing us back. But anyway, fuck them boats. Thank you, Push-Ups, because I will gladly share this video I have. This is because I was watching my boy. I was walking in circles today, on the track. Got some air. It's cold outside. Keanu was freezing. What did Keanu say? It's cold. It's dark. I'm like, I know, Peter. We live in the Northeast, Peter. It gets cold. It is.
You don't have to. You can get out. You can get out.
So I got to get on a plane every time someone wants a little pink blanket action? Pete, what am I? What am I, made of money? Pete, there's video between. I got to tell you, the golf video is the best one. There's a Popeye's chicken right down the road. Did Curtis John write those himself? And watch this. I'm assuming you did. God forgive me if you. Let me put it more as a compliment. If you didn't write it, don't tell me, because I know Curtis John. I hung out with Curtis John. He's that fucking funny. I'm not blowing smoke. What's that, Pedro?
I had to move the show inside because it's so cold. I couldn't even heat up the garage. And I can't
cold or something, Maxine? He couldn't heat up the garage. There's a pill. Sometimes I can't heat up the garage, but I'm tired. I've had a long day. Hey, Maxine, did he heat up the garage last night? With his dick in your box. The garage that is your box. Loads went in there and he heated it up with, hold on, let me finish, Pete. I don't think they're getting it. With friction.
Dr. OK.
Can we watch this video with me, big brother, please?
I will.
God, you have to, everything. You're the one with all the dirty pictures, Peter. Here we go. Do we know who this is? I mean, it's a clip from ABC News. What? That's the that's the one you're talking about.
Oh my God! Yes,
Peter. I will look. I let you make fun of me for not knowing stuff, and you should. But and I know you're not. I'll never care that I don't know these anchors. The fact is, when I know the anchors, that's really bad because they drive me nuts, right?
I agree. No, I wish I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God! I told you, fucking Joey Dago calls, and we'll get to this clip. Joey Dago calls me the other day. He's like, I miss a call. I'm like, he never calls at this hour. It must be important. And I call him. He's like, all right, Gene. So I've got a potato on my TV from the Dabbleverse. And I said to him, like, it's with the newscaster thing. I said, Joey, I'm so sorry, Joe. You know what I mean? And it's like when I say to my brother, I go, Nick Recator, do you know who that is? And you're like, yeah, I know that is now. And what do I say, Peter? I'm like, I'm sorry. Do I not say I'm sorry, Peter? So it's the same thing. Like, Peter, when you know these newscasters, I'm sorry. But that's we know Scott Jennings because he goes on and shits on them. Abby Phillips, the black chick that fucking just says the dumbest shit. Let's see what's her name again, Pete? This one?
Martha Raddatz.
All right, let's watch this dumb broad. Actually, she has to. It's not even dumb. This is a aha moment where she's like, "All right, we were wrong." Like, watch, obviously, and it's muted.
After the initial strike, they were believed to be potentially.
Sorry.
A lot of this was with. You're not a child. You're a man. So stop wearing so many layers to go outside and get the bearskin.
Don't fucking pay me.
Go down to the second strike, and it appeared that two of the guys were not. Strike, and everyone was saying it was intentional that they killed him.
Okay, this isn't her.
And even that now is being walked back. Take a look from Fox.
What's that, Pete? Yeah, no, I watch Ruben. I do. I watch my main news sources now. I had to get away from Jimmy Dore. I love Kurt Metzger. I love Jimmy. But the easiest way to do it is Megyn Kelly. You get the 20-minute morning update. And Ruben, I can play on 1.5 speed, sometimes even 2. and get through it. And I like him. Former comedian. Well, he still does comedy. Very funny. Very good. But he's a Zionist, so I have to take some with a grain of salt. But most of it I love. Here we go.
Tonight, new information. According to a source familiar with the incident, the 2 survivors climbed back onto the boat after the initial strike. They were believed to be potentially in communication with others and salvaging some of the drugs. Because of that, it was determined they were still in the fight and valid targets. A JAG officer was also giving legal advice.